You've scrolled through her phone. You've replayed every alibi until 3 a.m. You've connected dots that never quite line up. And still that gnawing feeling won't leave. The harder you press for answers, the colder she becomes. That's the trap. You start chasing proof while she perfects the performance. The cost isn't just time. It's your peace, your dignity, and years you can't get back. But there is a way out. Not a gotcha tactic. Not a surveillance plan. One question that slices through the script, pulls the mask off the performance, and forces her to face herself. Stay with me, because once you have it, you'll never wander in the dark again. If this message already hits, subscribe, like, and drop your city in the comments. Men everywhere are waking up to this, and you're not alone. Why are you cheating on me? Almost never works. When men suspect betrayal, they do the same three things. 1. Hunt for evidence. Phones, social feeds, drive-bys, surprise pop-ins. 2. Interrogate. Where were you? Who were you with? Why didn't you reply? 3. Beg the binary. Are you cheating? Yes or no? Here's the problem. A practiced liar is rehearsed for facts. She's prepared her denials, preloaded alibis, and sprinkled half-truths to make them credible. The second you rely on interrogation, you hand her the steering wheel. She becomes the gatekeeper of reality. You become the petitioner, hoping for mercy. That's why you spiral. One more scroll, one more clue, one more sleepless night. And the truth doesn't surface. It sinks beneath her calm tone and timed explanations. You don't get answers, you get deeper anxiety. Stop playing detective. Start thinking strategist. Instead of chasing behavior, watch for breaks in consistency. Instead of demanding a story she's rehearsed, ask a question that collides with her conscience. Facts can be memorized. Integrity cannot. When you say, "Where were you last night?" she reaches for a spreadsheet. When you say, "Something in our energy feels off," how do you feel about where we are? She can't just recite a log. You've turned the spotlight inward. This is the shift. From facts to values. From story to state. That's where deception struggles to breathe. Why one well-crafted question beats 10 hours of surveillance. Deception is a story. Values are a mirror. When you move from details to alignment, you force a person to measure their actions against their identity. And that's where cracks appear. Words can be trained. Tone and timing can't. Body language can't. Breathing patterns can't. Ask a values-based question calmly, then get out of the way. Silence does the heavy lifting. How the mask cracks, the psychology. Liars juggle two realities, the image you see and the secret they protect. Holding both creates emotional dissonance, a measurable gap between words and state. You'll notice it in eyes, a quick avert, or an oversteady stare that feels forced. Voice, a half pitch higher, a dry swallow, laughter that doesn't match the moment. Timing, answers that come too fast, shutting the door, or too slow, editing the script. Rhythm, over-explaining, unnecessary details, or changing the subject when you mention future plans or loyalty. You're not doing forensic analysis. You're reading alignment. Truth flows. Lies drag. Expect projection and fog. When dissonance leaks, many cheaters pivot to projection. You're so suspicious. You've been distant. You're controlling. I can't breathe. The goal is to move you from observer to defendant. Don't take the bait. Overcomplication, sudden blame, and disproportionate defensiveness are not clarity. They're smoke. Your counter is composure. No arguing your innocence. No tit for tat. No escalation. Recognize projection for what it is. Guilt looking for a coat to wear. How to ask so the truth has room to breathe. Your delivery matters as much as your words. Body, open posture, grounded breathing, relaxed jaw, steady eye contact, tone, calm even, no sarcasm or edge. Timing, choose a quiet moment, not during a fight or when either of you is rushed. Then ask one question. Clean, simple, precise, and let silence work. The question: are you still proud of the life we're building together? Why this line? Because pride in a shared life is hard to counterfeit. If she's aligned, the answer arrives naturally. Words, tone, eyes, and body in sync. If she's betraying the bond, two realities collide. The role she plays and the truth she lives. That internal collision shows up as hesitation, breath catches, fast shutdowns, or over-explaining. You're not hunting for a confession. You're reading congruence. What to watch for in the answer. Congruent, yes. Grounded tone, steady eye contact, relaxed shoulders, specifics that feel lived rather than staged. Performative, yes. Rushed delivery, nervous smile, eyes sliding away, a torrent of extra details that no one asked for. Deflection. Why would you even ask me that? Projection and fog. Counterattack. Blame, tears, or rage wildly out of proportion. Defense, not clarity. Remember, the words are ink. The state is the signature if she projects or stonewalls. Hold your frame. You can say, I'm not attacking you. I'm asking for alignment. I'm listening to your words and the space between them. I'm not looking for a fight. I'm looking for truth. Don't argue. Don't chase. Let the silence measure what the words can't. Your part in this, dignity over drama. This question isn't just a doorway to her truth. It's a mirror for you. Can you ask it without rage? Can you accept what surfaces without bargaining with reality? Clarity requires courage. If you ask, be prepared to act on what you see. Two outcomes are wins. One, alignment is real. You rebuild on trust, stronger because you chose truth. Two, integrity is gone. You walk not to punish, but to protect your future. Doubt corrodes, pain heals. Practical script. Use as is. Something in our connection feels different. I'm not here to argue or accuse. I'm here for clarity. Are you still proud of the life we're building together? I'm listening to the whole answer, your words and your heart. Take your time. Then be quiet. Let her carry her truth. Stop pacing halls at midnight. scrolling for the smoking gun. Stop letting suspicion eat your spirit while you wait for a mistake big enough to prove what your gut already knows. One question, asked with calm and conviction, cuts through months of fog in a single moment. Because truth is your ally, dignity is your weapon, and freedom begins the second you decide you'll live by both.